Hey guys, Jack's your Free Auto Mechanic. Today we're going to be looking at our taillight assemblies on our Chevy Silverado. We got some sent over from our friends at Autosaver 88 through Amazon. You're able to order a set of these for yourself. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what they look like. So let's open this box up a little bit more. Looks like they're packed in there pretty good with this styrofoam. So we can get them out. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh, got some new bolts. We'll need those. Some paperwork. And this is what we want to see. Let's get one of these out of the plastic already. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. I like that they have this protective covering on it. That way I can install them, move it around, and not put any scratches or anything. That's really nice. So wow, check this out. It's got all your bulb sockets, wiring harness, everything that you could ever want with a taillight assembly and more. I thought it was just going to be the plastic assembly because mine are pretty damaged. Wow, nice. Well, let's go ahead and show you how to install those. First, you're going to need a screwdriver. Just happen to have a Phillips in my back pocket. So since we've already unwrapped the left side, or I guess the driver's side we'll call it, and we'll go ahead and start with it. We'll take our screwdriver and just remove the two mounting screws. You start with the top one, and by all means, if you've got a cordless drill, screw gun, go right for it. Now, if you got your screws out of it, you can remove the assembly. And the easiest thing to do at this point is to just take your bulbs loose. You can do that by turning them counterclockwise. A quarter turn, they'll come right loose. So if you were at the point where you wanted to replace just the assembly, that's what you could do. And of course, optionally, you could disconnect the harness on the other end first, then take the two screws out and pull it all out as one assembly. Just depends on what it is that your goal is. If you want to replace the harness and the plastic assembly, or the whole thing at one time, it's up to you. We're going to go ahead and do the harness. What to do next is we'll disconnect the wiring harness, then we'll remove the two screws that hold the assembly in place, and we'll just slide it out and slide the new one in. I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and start with the driver's side. This is the most sightly. You can see the plastics coming apart and everything else. It just needs to go. First, we're going to have to crawl underneath. So we're going to start on the driver's side. Like I said, you want to look underneath the back corner. You're going to see the harness coming through. And if you look closer, up here, you'll see this clip. See if I a little closer. Now these particular clips can look somewhat intimidating, but they're actually pretty easy and pretty user friendly. You can use a screwdriver. I've just got a pocket knife. You just put the tip right in there like that, pop it to the side, and it's loose. Now your harness is loose. You can move on to the next clip. On this, there's only one more. So you've got that loose. You're going to move further on down your wiring harness over to this side. Look, so this is your harness cluster, and this one on the top, the very top right here, this is the one that the harness is connected to. We still have to get this one unplugged. So we'll do the same thing. Get your little screwdriver or pocket knife, whatever you got. Just pop that loose. That gets that out of the way. And then it's difficult to see, but right on top is this little tab right here. I'm just going to push down on that and pull. Here's what it looks like on top. This is the little tab you're pushing down on. You just push on that and pull, and that's it. And you may want to pull some of the harness through just to make it easier. Kind of get things untangled a little bit. Once you get it untangled, then you'll need to fish the harness through the frame rail, this frame rail right here. Just grab the other side, other end, and pull it through. You can try and help feed it. And pull it through on the other side. Comes right out, and we're left with just the harness hanging through the bottom corner. Now that we've got the underside taken care of, we need to come up back up here to the top, remove our 2 screws. You get a screwdriver, put them in there, loosen them up. I've already taken these loose. And we'll just take the assembly off and remove the entire harness, pulling upwards. Our assembly is out, and then we go in reverse order with our new one, and we'll tuck the harness back down through. We'll go ahead and remove the twisty tie here, or bread tie, whatever you want to call these. And then we'll take the harness and we'll fish it right back down where we took the other one out of. And for now, that's all we're going to do. We're just going to stick it through there. And we'll take our new assembly. We'll slide it in. Now I want you to pay attention to these nubs here. They're on both sides. You want them to fit in these slots. There's one on top, one on the bottom. That's what these go into. So you want to aim for those holes and just set it right in there. And once you get that done, then we just got to put our screws back in, top and bottom. So the stock screws that came with it, they no longer work. So they did provide you with some replacement bolts. And I gotta say, these are a lot more heavy duty. Go ahead and install those. Still can be installed with a Phillips. Some really nice hardware. Yeah, these bolts have washers. Now we're looking good. Let's button it up underneath. So we're down underneath. We've got a hold of our harness. Then we're going to fish it back through our frame. Same way we took the old one off. Go on this side here. Pull it through. Go ahead and pull the harness all the way through. And then we'll take our harness plug. Make sure our plug's going in the right direction. And you want to make sure it's snapped and secure. It's in there. And then looks like we've got all kinds of extra wiring here. And that's probably so it'll fit multiple different vehicles. No big deal. They did provide us with that twisty tie. So we're going to get that. So I'm just going to take this extra wiring, just kind of loop it up a little bit. Take my twisty tie and wrap that up around it. And we could just leave it hang there, or we could attach it to some of the other wires that's been there for a while. Keep it from dangling around. A little bit more secure. Which is what I'm going to do here. Now we're good. It's definitely easy enough to do. Screwdriver and a pocket knife. A couple minutes. Let's see if it works. That's odd. So after installation, it's looking like maybe a couple of the bulbs were flip-flopped in here. So it's easy enough to change. So here's our brake light bulbs. Looks like somebody just mounted it in the wrong hole, which can happen. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. I tried moving the bulbs around, and I mean, it would appear that the backup light is brighter on the OEM side. Like these bulbs are switched, which I did switch them, but when you turn you see it's still brighter, but that's the backup light's off. So if I was to swap that, this bulb would be the one going. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here with the lighting working right. But I think we'll just let's try the other side and see what's going on with it at this point. So let's see what's going on with the other side. I just want to take a look at the assembly first. Still beautiful quality craftsmanship, looking good. Got this awesome harness. Let's throw it in there real quick. So on the passenger side, I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to go where it comes down through the bottom corner and go around to my clips. See if I can't just remove those real quick. Just going to follow the harness on down. And then we'll just keep doing that. There's only 2 more clips. And there's one there and there. And then you'll follow the wire on down, and it's going to go to this black plug right here. So we'll go ahead and take our other clips loose. Now we've got it loose, we just got to remove this black plug. You can see this tab right here. I'm just going to push up on it, squeeze, and pull. Just like on the driver's side, we're going to remove the 2 retaining screws that hold in the assembly. Then we can take it loose. And pull the harness up, just like the other one. Remove our twisty tie, feed it down through. Again, we want to pay attention to our little nubs sticking here, put them in these slots. And just like the other side, we'll go back underneath, put in our clips on our harness, plug it in. So now I got them both installed, got them both wired up, both plugged in. We'll see what they look like. Okay, looks like something's going on here. We definitely got some lights on over here that we don't have on over here. Let's try the other ones. Backup lights. Okay. Backup lights are lit. Everything's shining. Lights. Got 3 bulbs lit. Got 3 bulbs lit. I'm not sure what's going on here. So for some reason, we're not getting both lights. And there's not another bulb lit. So something's going on. I'm going to get with the manufacturer and see if we can figure out what's going on. Maybe it's just a harness issue. But before I do that, I'm going to go down and I'm going to wiggle some wires. Why not? No help. Thought maybe wiggling the plug. So for now, I'm going to throw the stock harness back in it just so I can see what they look like and how they work, because I really like the appearance of these new assemblies. I mean, they look fantastic. And in the meantime, I'll get a hold of Autosaver 88 and see what's going on with the harness. I might take a look at it myself real quick and see if I can't figure out what's going on. Maybe one wire just got mixed matched. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's check it out. So I swapped out the original wiring harness with the one that came with it. Let's see what she looks like now. Oh yeah, much better. Lights are looking like they're supposed to. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Oh, I can already see the difference. The other wiring harness wasn't flashing up and down. They were both flashing at the same time. I don't know, maybe just a quirk, something. It happens. I gotta say, I really like the way that these new assemblies turned out. I like the way that they look. So there you have it. Just a few easy steps, and a screwdriver, pocket knife if you got one, a couple of minutes of time, and you've got two new awesome looking assemblies. Autosaver 88, thanks again. Anybody wants to get a set for themselves, I got a link down below in the description.